This is the plaintiff, Lindsay Magliocco. She says she loaned her ex-boyfriend, the defendant, all sorts of money for things like trips to Florida, a fancy watch, and a top-of-the-line bed. Once they broke up, he refused to pay her back. She's completely in debt now, and at the ripe old age of 19, her credit's ruined. She doesn't understand what the defendant's problem is, since he has a good job and makes good money, but still won't pay her back. She's suing for $1,501.75, the amount she's still owed. This is the defendant, Timothy Alicia. He says the plaintiff was taking money from her parents' savings account and pretending to live the high life. He paid everything back to the plaintiff because he felt bad for her parents and can't believe she's now suing him for even more. He's accused of not being all paid up.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Lindsay Magliocco?
Magliocco.
Magliocco, okay. You are suing Timothy Alicia?
Yes.
Correct? For $1,501.75. Money that you say he owes you for a couple of items and didn't pay you. He's your ex-boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what happened.
While we were dating, he had...
How long did you date?
A year.
Okay.
While we were dating, he had a very small bed, and we have been talking about getting a larger one for a while. We went to some local store that sold furniture. He found a bed with storage under it. He had to get part of it custom made for cabinets on the other side because he didn't want to...
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. None of this is a problem because he's paying for it, right?
He told me that he was going to. I had to take a line of credit out.
Why would you take a line of credit? Why aren't you just somebody shopping with him, helping him pick out stuff?
Because he was unable to take it out in his name.
Well, then why is he buying such fancy stuff?
At my cost, apparently.
But why?
Because I thought I was in love.
So you have to rain money on him? I don't understand. It's so simple. Just don't buy a guy a car or furniture or an apartment or anything else. Well, why would you? Why?
Because he told me that he was going to pay it. He told me that it would be taken out of my name because his credit was absolutely horrible.
Except for, that's fine, except for that at this point, and you're skipping this part of the story, you had loaned and fronted money to him for a variety of things, hadn't you?
Yes.
Let's go over what some of those things are. A softball team?
Yes.
What?
Him and his friends wanted to play softball. They had played softball years prior to me being in a relationship with him. We went to go and apply, well, he went to go and apply for a loan. He knew he wouldn't get it. He had asked me to see if I could get it because I would be getting the money back once the softball team started. He needed the money immediately.
Yeah, did you see that money back?
Some of it, most of it.
Where were you getting all this money?
It was my mother's money.
You were stealing your mother's money?
Yes. My name was on a bank account with my mother and my father. It was their savings account. I was told that the money would be returned because he has a personal injury lawsuit that he will be getting a settlement for.
Oh, and we bank on that? We spend that money before it comes?
Exactly.
Why? Well, how old are you?
Right now I'm 19. When all this was happening, I was 18.
Mom, step right on up. Do you get monthly statements?
I get quarterly statements.
And so how long did it take you to figure out that your daughter was pilfering your savings?
Longer than it should have. It was an account that my husband and I had that we just had our savings, like income tax return and money like that, and we were saving it to do work around the house. So we never went into that account.
Why was her name on it?
Prior to my husband and I getting married, it was my account. And somebody had told me it should just have more than one name on the account just in case something happens to me. So when she was much younger, about 8 or 9 years old.
And it was safe.
Right.
That was before she was buying boys' softball teams.
Right.
Okay, seriously, you know, this can't be a shining moment for you as a mother.
No. Well,
how much money did she take from the family savings?
To the tune of about $10,000.
$10,000?
Yeah.
Where did the $10,000 go, Sweet Pea?
To many things. He had to get his car fixed. He needed help paying car insurance. He needed help paying rent. He needed help paying bills. We went to Florida. He told me he was paying for half of it. That was the anniversary gift to each other. He'd pay for me to go. I'd pay for him to go. He didn't have the money at the time. It needed to be booked immediately because it was on Priceline. It was a good deal. He said he got paid later on that week. I'd see the money. Never saw the money.
Why do you do it? Because you don't care. Because it's not your money. It's monopoly money. You're just stealing from your parents.
That's not really
And they can
how
afford it.
was.
No, they can afford it, right? They're not going to miss the money because they didn't. So the hell with them, your parents, the people who raised you. Seriously, honey. How do you do this to your parents?
I was promised the money back.
How do you do this to your parents? Don't coach her. Don't tell her a word. How do you do this to them? You should cry. You should feel like garbage. How do you do this to your parents for a guy who has repeatedly lied to you? It's important to me that you feel really small right now because I don't want this to happen ever again. I want you to learn a lesson from this. And you, what do you think is funny?
The fact that she said that we had talked about getting a bed. We had never talked about getting a bed. I'm a pretty simple person when it comes to that. I had a nice small twin-size bed that fit in the corner of my room. She complained that it was too small. Because
How do you get a girl to pay for your softball team?
I don't even remember saying that I was going to take out a loan. But I said, oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to get everybody to pull the money together before
Why
the
don't you
deadline.
just do that instead of sponge off your girlfriend?
I wouldn't necessarily see it as sponging.
What else did she pay for?
She paid for the Florida trip. Let's see.
The anniversary gift? She paid
Yeah.
for her own anniversary gift?
That wasn't her anniversary gift.
What was?
I bought her $400 worth of jewelry.
Okay.
What else? She bought me the watch as an anniversary gift.
Is that what you're suing for back, the watch?
Yeah, that's part of it.
The watch is actually on my Macy's card.
Did you buy him that as an anniversary gift?
No.
If he can't afford the Michael Kors watch, I got an idea. He doesn't buy it. Well, why are you nodding?
I'm nodding because it was a
instead,
gift.
you had her buy it for you.
I didn't have her buy it for me. It was a gift.
Do you treat all your girlfriends like garbage? Or just this one?
No.
Just this one?
I don't feel that I treated her like garbage. Actually, I feel like I was treated like garbage in a relationship.
How?
Maybe not financially, but I was lied to constantly. I was cheated on.
How did you guys break up?
I found out that she told some coworkers that I abused her, which is completely untrue.
Physically?
Yes. And
What was that about?
There was a time when we were laying in bed together and I had kicked him and he turned around and punched me.
Kicked him, why?
He said something and I just like kicked him. I didn't realize how hard I had kicked him. And he says out of reflex, he turned to punch me. I don't see how that is a reflex. You don't turn and punch someone in reflex when they kick you, not hard.
I don't know.
But that was his excuse.
I don't know. You both sound like you behaved badly to me, but okay.
That was his reasoning for why he
Now,
had
Mom,
done
come
it.
on up. You discover how that your savings is being depleted over the course of a year.
We didn't really know how it happened until we started looking at what the withdrawals were. And my husband and I would only withdraw from
Okay,
the bank.
so then what'd you do? Did you go to her and say, hey, have you been in here?
Oh, yeah. And that's when she said that she and her boyfriend had used this money. And that's when I talked to the boyfriend and I said,
So tell me about that. When Mom calls you, what do?
I had heard through Lindsay that her mother had found
Is this
out.
after you broke up or before you broke
This
up?
is before we broke up.
Okay.
And
That her mother had found out.
Yeah, and so
Oh,
she.
so we know we're keeping a secret. Okay, go on.
Oh, I had no idea
We've
that
been
she
found
was,
out. Oh, yeah,
I
you
had no-
did. Because the way you phrased it, her mother had found out. Yeah, you know that you're up to no good, that both of you are up to no good.
If I may, she did tell me that it was that her and her mother in January sat down, had a heart-to-heart conversation, told her this is an account, I have an account, has your child support money in it, and I'm giving you access. This is the story that Lindsay gave me.
So she somehow confronts you, and you say what to her?
The mother,
Yeah.
she says that I should have known about the money, which I had no idea that it was coming out of their savings account.
Did he know that it was coming out of your parents' savings account?
He was there when I found out about the account.
Right. And did he know that you were taking money out of the account to pay for all his little things?
Yes, he
Okay.
knew because of
So
the
go on.
softball.
Me and Lindsay sat down, we went through the statements, and we came up with the amount of $5,500 that I would pay back her mother. Then she said the bed had still not been paid off. And,
By now the bed was how old, though?
It was probably like 2 or 3 months old.
2 or 3 months old, okay.
And so then at this point now.
But you're paying monthly. You know it's not paid off because you're paying monthly, right?
Right.
Did you pay any payments on the bed?
Me and her agreed to pay half of it. I did give her money one time for the money. I asked her, did you make the payment? She said yes. So I did give her money once. And now the bed, I guess, was 2 months old. Now at this point, we broke up. And when we were sitting down.
Hold that thought. Mom, did you ever talk about settling with him for $5,500?
no. Lindsay had come home with this lien on personal injury case for $6,500.
Okay, now how's that $6,500 get arrived at, Lindsay?
There was $3,000 of spend money that was used in Florida. There was the trip itself, that was $1,000 that he did not pay a dime for. There was the softball team. There was the $60 every week for the ump fees, every Sunday for them to play the game, because if they didn't pay the umpire, then they couldn't play.
Are you guys on the softball team? Boy, they must have just been chuckling on you. Go on. So how do you arrive at $6,500?
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So who's worse, the guy or the girl?
The girl,
Why?
because she stole the money from her mom.
And that's worse than him bleeding her dry.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yes.
Okay, you agree?
Absolutely.
The Nicole Kidman lookalike?
Yes, I agree.
I mean, why is that when the guy was just taking advantage of her, using her, tugging on her emotional heartstrings?
Oh, but she deserved it. She let it happen, and then she turned around and did the same thing to her mother.
Fair enough, even worse in some ways. Going inside the courtroom.
I basically went through these statements that my father had printed out for my mother. She had lent them to me so we could sit down.
Was the
and
bed
go over
part of
them.
that or not?
No, we discussed that the bed needed to be paid. We never discussed that the bed was going to be part of it. He said that he would pay half of it, and I said that wasn't going to
Okay,
work.
so was there ever a time when the settlement was going to be $5,500 and then it became $6,500 to include the bed?
There was a time when it was $5,500, and I said, what about the bed? And he said he would throw $1,000 in. It was never discussed that $1,000 was going to be for the bed. If that's how it was,
So
I
you
would have said
said,
no.
what about the bed? And he said, I'll throw another $1,000 in, and then you don't think that's for the bed?
Well, no, because I had given him one of the bills that I had received for the bed, and I had handed him the bill itself in the envelope, everything.
What do you think he was throwing the other $1,000 in if that's what you were discussing, the bed?
Oh, no, we were discussing a lot more than just
Did
the
the
bed.
$6,500 ever get paid?
No, I have a personal lien.
Okay, did the
against an
judgment ever
injury
come in?
lawsuit.
It should be coming in soon.
How many people spend their settlement money before they even get a settlement when you're never guaranteed a settlement? Yes?
I just wanted to make another point clear. When this had come to light, and the first thing I said to my daughter was, give me the debit card. She didn't have the debit card.
Why not?
The boyfriend had it.
You had her debit card?
She left it in my car.
He had the debit card.
What is wrong with you?
At the time, the only thing I was
You know
thinking...
what? Just stop. I'm done. I'm convinced, since you're the one brokering this whole thing, that when you say, what about the bed? Yeah, it was $5,500, and what about the bed? Okay, threw another $1,000 in. That, quite frankly, you're gonna eat this. And that $1,000 was taken care of.
That wasn't necessarily how it
Yeah, well,
went down.
you know
I
what? You
misworded
know
it.
what? And if it wasn't, don't be so... Put your hand down. You think you gotta say something now? I don't wanna hear you say good evening. I don't wanna hear one more word out of you, and you're... Nice to see you guys, okay? I don't wanna hear one word out of you. I'm mortified. You know why? Because I've got 3 daughters. And I think it's a challenge, Mom, to think about how you're going to raise your daughters to be responsible people. Because unlike having 3 sons, having 3 daughters is a special animal, okay? It's a special animal. Because you've got to make sure that these children have a backbone. And your daughter seems to need surgery on hers. So you got some work to do. She's still young enough to do the work with. And you have some serious work to do. Because for you to put that before your parents, after everything they've done for you, is despicable. And I don't really care what happens with you. You know what? You're just the envy of the apple of your friend's eyes, that you could actually get this chump to go ahead and pay for a softball team. That one's going to go down in the history books. Unbelievable. You have the watch with you?
I do.
Give me the watch.
Is that receipt?
That's the receipt.
Fabulous. Hand it to her. As for the bed, as far as I'm concerned, you negotiated that away. Verdict for the defendant.
Hold on, please.
So, how small do you feel right now?
Very small.
What about the judge's verdict and her words to you?
I'm glad I got the watch back. That was not a gift. I'm very happy with that outcome. I'm very disappointed that the loan is still not paid off.
What have you done to make this up to your parents?
I've gotten a job, and I am paying them back as much as I can.
All right, right down there.
Ladies.
All right, so come on in here, big guy. How do you feel about the outcome?
I guess I'm happy about the fact that I don't have to pay back the bed twice.
Why would you allow your girlfriend to drain the parents' savings account for your benefit.
I didn't know that it was her parents' savings account. I thought it was a child support account that she was given access to. The real losers in this are her parents, unfortunately. I think in there I was portrayed more as like an evil person. I have been remorseful in this whole thing ever since I found out.
Okay, let's go to Harvey.
Okay, here's what I have to say about this case. This is one screwed up relationship. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.